Venture Lab, this is the assignment walkthrough for assignment number 11, landing page. So the idea here is every startup, every venture needs to have a landing page, something that explains what it is that the startup does. So I'll let you read through exactly what it is that we're going to include here. A couple things. The most important things is this. First of all, is that your landing site is going to lead to your feedback survey. So I'll show you what exactly that looks like in an example in a second. The tool that I recommend using, that is, I don't really necessarily recommend this. I recommend this only because it is free and that you're able to get a shareable link free. So when you go and you share like your QR code with potential customers, you can send them right here and you can do that, and then they go from here to your landing page, they go to your feedback survey, and you can do all of that for free. That's why it is that I recommend Landing.ai. It's not in the syllabus to have any paid platform. The ones that I would recommend the most, in fact, my favorite on this list is called Replit. I teach digital technologies as well and rapid software prototypes. And in both of those courses, we use Replit quite a bit. And we actually build mobile apps and web apps using this. But it also it creates websites. So you might consider creating a website with one of those tools. And so if you're really into it, I recommend to do that. The trick is that you don't always, or you can't get the shareable link with these tools unless you pay. And now, if you do decide to do that and pay, it's very cheap. In fact, if you use your .edu email, that is your student email, when you create your account, it only costs, it's either at most $10 a month. But I think it's like $5 a month, which is, you can't, for $5 you can't even really get a full meal at like McDonald's, for example. So $5 a month is not very much, especially for the value that it provides. So that's what I truly recommend, is to use Replit. But if you end up using Landing.ai, see, I have that recommended for a free shareable link. Okay, so how that works is this: focus on your venture, add a venture name and description, at least one clear call to action. This button must direct users to your feedback survey forum, include a way for users to take action, and that is your link to the Google. That is where you actually will send users to your forum. So I'll show you an example here of what that can look like. So first of all, notice this. This is my website, Southwest Florida Power Washing. Now, you got to make sure that you have everything in here is applicable to actually what it is that you offer. So, for example, this makes sense because it's a power washing there. All of this makes sense. But you got to make sure that you have everything is applicable. So you can actually add your own images. So like if you made a logo that you like, you can actually upload it, like just by uploading images, go into your gallery. Okay. So notice here, when I go down here, what I did was I said remove all buttons other than the button that says take the survey. Notice these buttons are still there, so those would need to be removed. So if I click and I see this, that's not good, okay? So we want to remove any non-functional buttons. So the next thing that I would say is remove the buttons, services, gallery, about us, and contact. So we just remove them, okay? Simpler the better. The last thing you want to do is have people click buttons that are non-functional, because then they're going to immediately be like, okay, this website is not good. This is not right. But I'll let that update while I click the preview. So the preview will take me here, and that's still going to be here for now. But when I click the take the survey, it will take me to my feedback survey here. Okay. How did I do that? What I did was notice those are gone now. So when I click preview again, okay, now they're gone. Much better. Okay. So here I did this in order to get the link to where it will actually send me. Click here, and when I click take the survey and it sends me to the feedback survey, that's what we want to see. What I did was remove all the buttons other than the button that says take the survey. When the visitor clicks the take the survey button, send them, oh shit, it went away, sorry. When the visitor clicks the take the survey button, send them here, okay? And then it's sent to my Google Forms. So that's what you want to do, okay? This is very simple. You are encouraged to use Replit. you are encouraged to use other tools. But for the minimum kind of thing, you just do it here with landingsite.ai, okay, which totally does work like fine. It's just a matter of it's just a simpler way of doing it. So looks like I lost my Canvas page. Maybe I'll pull it up over here. Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter. I want to keep it nice and short. So ultimately what I'm looking for is something like, oh shoot, this is what you want to do. When I click preview website, this is the link to copy, right? Okay, so this is the link to copy right here. So I would take this link after I have it all built, and I would put it into the submission for the assignment, okay? Notice when I click and I paste it here, it'll take me nicely to my website, okay? Now you only have like 7 or 10 chats. I think it's a day, but you want to make sure that you get the value, full bang for your buck out of each of the chats, out of each of the prompts. So you want to maybe do like, so 10 is what you get at the beginning. So you should be able to get a website together with 10. But if you have a hard time with that, of course, reach out. I am here and happy to help. What I might end up recommending you do is you can use another email and start over. Or you can go and you could go to Replit or Lovable. Again, using your .edu email, it'll only be $5, which is, I highly recommend it. You know, and you can go and you can try it and you can use it like Replit and Lovable. Like this is what Replit looks like. And you can go in here and build a website and you can see what it will build. You know, daily scheduler. This is a pretty good one. Your app is loading. And then Southwest Florida auto detailer, schedule a wash, and same thing, it took me right here. Okay, so pretty good. Again, the only trick is not being able to get that public link without the paying for it, but reach out if you have any questions. I'm here and happy to help, and that is what this assignment is, okay? Pretty cool. This is just, you can think of it as your rough draft, the website. This is not necessarily like the final end-all be-all, but here it is. So. All right, as I said, reach out if you have any questions whatsoever. I'm here and happy to help, okay? All right, best, Justin, bye.